Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is episode 29 of the Star Sign Legacy Challenge. During the last episode, Ren has finally aged up into an infant, as well as Danny aging up into an adult. And I guess without further ado, let's head on over to gameplay. Hello everyone, I am back again with Phoenix, and I wasn't planning to start this episode off as soon as episode 28 ended. And to be honest, you could probably tell that we are kind of starting this episode off in a very gloomy tone. And I actually was planning to play a couple of sim days with the Starcross family. Let me just try and find where Phoenix is. And you could tell that she's sad. She's devastated because when I was playing with them, they all received that dreaded phone call. And it's the first ever here in my channel, in any of my Let's Plays. This would be the first death. So loss in the family. It's hard to see those closest to us pass away. Phoenix can find some solace by mourning at a tombstone or urn. So, if you've guessed correctly, Kian has passed away. And I was actually very, very sad because he didn't really get to see his grandson. I mean, he was here during the last episode. He was able to, for storyline purposes, we'll pretend that he saw him as a baby. But he didn't see him as an infant. He would never see him as a toddler, or as a child, or as a teen. And she's trying very hard. Phoenix is trying to play peekaboo with her son, but basically now it's Danny's turn to give themselves a pep talk. And it's a very somber start to the episode. And what I'm actually planning to do is we are going to go to Copperdale. Yeah, Phoenix will go to Copperdale. And I think they're trying to cope with the loss in their own way. Like maybe, for example, for Phoenix, she's trying to cope with it by making herself busy and do a mindfulness routine. Danny goes to music to cope with the loss. And I think that Phoenix is going to go up to Danny. She's going to express her thoughts. But for storyline purposes, I think that she is going to tell Danny, hey, what do you think? I think let's go to Copperdale. Let's go to Copperdale and visit my brother, because I don't know how he's coping with all of this. And just so then we know what happened to my dad. She's making her way there. She's making her way over to Danny now, and she's going to try and console Phoenix with the death. So what I'm gonna get, and I think Danny is quite agreeable with that idea anyway, so I think that Phoenix is going to send a sad text over to Enzo, and we are going to be going over to Copperdale. Now, for storyline purposes, everyone, I don't know whether Ren can come with us, so for storyline purposes, we'll just pretend that he's with us, or maybe both Phoenix and Danny has asked one of their friends to look after Enzo. But for the meantime, we're gonna go over to Copperdale. So everyone, we are in Copperdale again, the original Starcross home. And Phoenix was able to bring Ren with us. And, you know, she's just currently knocking on the door, and that hopefully Enzo will be able to let us in. Actually, everyone... Oh, no, that's not it. I'm actually gonna see whether we could find the urn of our dad, so then we are able to... Oh dear. I think Phoenix actually is planning to go straight to her old room and to cry it out. Do a deep personal conversation with your brother. And he's actually in his dad's room too. Hey. And maybe give family advice. Oh dear. Like, they look happy, but maybe it's because, you know, they're here together again, but really it's not a... Oh, and they're talking in their dad's room too. It's giving family advice. But I actually wanted to know, like, what happened to dad? And I actually just maybe do small talk. Reminisce about the departed, I think. Reminisce about your dad. And I think it helps because maybe tell a dramatic story. But everyone, I just really want to know where Kian's urn is, just so then I can actually, like, where did he pass away, you know? I'm actually, like I said, I'm very, very sad that we got that call, because I was actually hoping to get Phoenix to do the mountain excursion with her dad. That was my plan. That was my plan, everyone. But yeah, let's have a look at her death by old age. It's just death by old age. So I might improvise, everyone, just because I really can't find his urn at all. So I'm just gonna quickly do something, and then you will most likely see Phoenix and Danny in a different setting. So I'll be right back. So everyone, we are actually still in Copperdale, and I actually went to the gallery to see whether I could pop in kind of like a cemetery, and I couldn't really find the urn of Kian anywhere, and it's not even in Enzo's inventory. So I had to improvise, and I've given him kind of like his own tombstone here, and it says, Kian, our loving and doting dad, we love you and we will miss you till we see each other again. And Phoenix was very, very close to Kian. She was planning to get him to officially meet her son, Ren, while he was still a baby, or while he was still an infant. And she was also planning to actually do the mountain climbing excursion with her dad. It was her dad that kind of influenced her and her brother in loving snowboarding and skiing and rock climbing. And it's actually just, it's very, very sad. It's very, very sad to know that I was expecting to do all of those things, but it didn't happen. Yeah, it didn't happen. And even Danny, because Kian was very welcoming of Danny. Like, he was there. He was happy. He was happy for Danny. He was happy that they proposed to Phoenix, and really treated Danny as one of his own, you know? So it's very sad. I don't know how, at least, you know, they're just... Oh, okay. They're trying to cheer up Phoenix, but to be honest, it's really... I think it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while. So I think they're gonna go home. They're gonna go home and take it step by step, I guess. So everyone, it's the next day and Phoenix has actually taken a day of bereavement leave to grieve the loss of her dad. She's starting off the day, I mean, she is still very, very much devastated. But she's, you know, she got out of bed and she's like, hey, I'm gonna do the laundry. I'm gonna do a bit of yoga, just an energy centering yoga, just to keep her occupied. And I think that I'm also gonna get her to call the sadness hotline. And then I'm also gonna get her to call or at least send a sad text to her brother. And I'm not too sure whether a deep indigo actually has any like family therapy and support services. So we might actually do that. I think for both Phoenix and Danny, definitely Phoenix, but I know that Danny, you know, they thought of Kian as their father-in-law. So, and the fact that they've been very, like Kian's been very welcoming and very loving to Danny. So I think Danny might also want to, if there are any family therapy services, I think they might appreciate into attending a session for that as well. Like they've just woken up and they're feeling sad, but you know, at least they're doing something. So I might stop this because Phoenix is just feeling a bit chilled already. Okay, so the family therapy and support services. Sessions are only available Monday to Saturday. Okay, we could probably try and see whether she's able to check that out at around 10 o'clock. So I'll try and remember that. I still want her to call the sadness hotline. I don't think she was able to do that before. And then I think I will also get her to send a sad text to her brother. Okay, therapeutic chat. Okay, a phone call. What did it say? A phone call with sadness professionals really helped to shift your Sim's emotional state. Do you want to cry it out? And then you used to write in your journal. Do you want to express melancholy thoughts? And then do you also want to try and sort out your feelings for today? Danny will be looking after baby Ren. Okay, so Phoenix, her confidence is starting to overshadow her feeling of sadness and she's dealing with it. She's like, being sad is hard, but now that Phoenix has wrote it all down in her journal, she feels a bit better. And the fact that I'm actually also getting her to just to actually relieve some of her memories as well, because she's been writing down a whole lot of stuff since she was a teen, and she would have memories of her dad and of her brother. So I think that is really definitely helping her as well. And then I'm getting Danny just to do some tummy time together, and after she writes down her thoughts in her journal, I will get her to try again the family therapy and support services and see whether she'll have any luck there. I feel like her and Danny and Ren may want to go out somewhere just to, again, get themselves occupied. Okay, everyone. So I've gotten Phoenix to actually go and attend a therapy consultation. I have no idea what that would actually entail. So until she gets back from it, then we'll know and see if it's even helpful for Phoenix, because then Danny might actually want to try it out as well. Okay, continue with family therapy. Does Phoenix Run wish to continue with family therapy? If so, she will become a patient of their therapist and can continue to book individual and group therapy sessions. They will continue for as long as the sim is eligible. Yes. Phoenix's initial session was really helpful and she feels a lot better and wants to come back for more sessions. Okay, good, good. So everyone, I think I'm going to end this episode over here. To be honest, I do have a feeling this may be one of my shortest episode ever. I really can't see like Phoenix going into the slopes and doing some rock climbing or whatever, because she just lost Kian. And now that I think about it, Kian was also supposed to be the officiant for their wedding. And not only that, like I've mentioned previously in this episode, he was also supposed to, well, Phoenix was hoping to ask her dad to do the mountain climbing excursion with her. And now that's not possible. And, you know, she's been going to like family therapy consultations and it's actually helping. But she's just been napping throughout the whole day today. Originally, this went down to 22 hours, but then now it's back up to 3 days. She's been crying it out. She's writing stuff in her journal, which is helping her in some way, but she's just had such a good relationship with her dad that she is just devastated. So I think that's why I'm not gonna get her, like I'm not forcing her to do other stuff that she would usually do. I think she's just gonna take some time and let it all kind of like sink in, let her deal with the emotions, and then hopefully by next episode she is slightly, at least in a way, feeling a bit better if we are to compare it to today's episode. And yeah, I really do hope that you've enjoyed this episode. I think I am going to miss Kian, even though he wasn't really much in any of the episodes lately. But I really am going to miss Kian. And yeah, I really hope that you have enjoyed this episode. And if you haven't already, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all into the next one. See ya! Bye!